the talk show podcast station, bringing you the current events and issues. All information and resources are based on the opinions of the host unless otherwise noted. This podcast may contain some quotations, images, and or excerpts from copyrighted material. These uses fall well within the copyright doctrine of fair use. This is your news report, and I am your host, Tony. Welcome. You're listening to On One Radio, the talk show podcast station, presenting to you Let's Talk's News. We have Yo in the house with us today doing news reports.
Good morning.
Yes. Hopefully everyone is having a great day. Hopefully you've been keeping up with the news because it is a lot going on right now.
Yes.
Like,
crazy stuff.
Yeah, so much. Like every day is something.
Right.
3, 4, 5, 7, 8, 9, 10 somethings
Right.
going on. Depending on where you are, you know what's going on where you live. So we're just going to come in. We're going to go through a couple of headlines and give our opinion on it and, just talk about it. Sounds good?
Good.
All right. Well, today we're going to start out with a little celebrity news. I'm pretty sure this is talked about, and pretty sure a lot of people had a lot to say about this one. But the headlines read, NBA YoungBoy taken into FBI custody.
What trouble he done got into now?
Well, he had a warrant due to, what happened back in 2020 when him and about 16 others, they got arrested. And it was for drug and firearms. And this happened while they were filming a music video in Baton Rouge. Now, this was back in December of last year. So This is still kind of fresh.
Yeah.
And, well, when you got drugs and firearms and whatnot, and, well, there are so many people going to be out there just to watch.
Right.
Watch it being filmed. So somebody's going to say something,
You already know because it's him.
Yeah, but the crazy part about this is they tried to pull him over. He wouldn't stop. And, well, apparently because he had an outstanding federal warrant.
Mm-hmm.
That's probably why he didn't want to stop.
Right.
But once he was stopped, he kind of still didn't stop because he tried to run. Yeah, he tried to run. They called the dogs out on him.
What?
They called a K-9 unit out on him.
No.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
What, did they catch up with him?
Yes, they got him, and he was, booked, and he's free now because he had to pay $75,000. Yeah,
Wow.
that's a lot of money.
Right.
Like, that's $75K.
I can't go in my pockets. Here at 75.
Right. Now, we were talking about this before, and what was that question you asked me about where he lived?
Was he still staying in his hometown, Baton Rouge?
Well, now he lives in L.A., and that's because he got evicted from his house in Louisiana. And that was for filming a music video on the property, which apparently violated the lease agreement.
So he's not a homeowner?
Apparently not.
And you just spent $75 to get out of jail?
Right. Like,
That's
can't
crazy.
buy the land, buy the house, just go ahead.
Right.
Take that, chunk.
They just let you know where they mind at.
Yeah, chunk a big sum on that, and then
Right.
you're not going to have to worry about breaking any lease agreements and
Right.
whatnot. But, yeah, that was a lot of money being spent right there.
Right.
So, I'm curious to see where this is going to go and how this is going to work itself out.
And did he just not have a baby for the boxer daughter, Yaya? Mayweather's daughter?
Yes.
A newborn baby?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. And I do believe you are correct because, but before I forget, the police had to, they were ordered to return some of his property.
Ordered?
Yeah.
So, so what? They was gonna keep it?
Baton Rouge was trying to keep that money. Check out what it was: $40,000 in cash, $300,000 cashier's checks, and 2 diamond chains that they confiscated. When they arrested him.
Yeah.
Why are you trying to keep this man's money?
Ching ching.
Really? Like, seriously? Like, why?
Right.
Are you, okay, is anybody going to check into that? The fact that they had to be ordered to give it back.
Christmas came early.
At least that's what they thought.
Right.
That's definitely what they thought. But, I mean, as far as, congratulations on the baby. Hopefully he gets situated and, kind of come together for the baby.
Yeah, calm down.
Yeah, just,
just...
You're a dad, a new dad. You got to calm down. Calm down, chill out. You got to start thinking about the baby.
Young, successful black man. You got everything going.
Yes.
Leave those streets for the streets.
Because I'm telling you, I would not be able to run and jump a gate or a fence or anything trying to run. I'm going to just have to sit there and let them do, hey, go ahead and do what you got to do. I'm not adding extra charges. So, but that was, our bit of celebrity news headlines. What you got going, yo?
Okay. How y'all doing today? Hope everyone is doing well. I want to talk about this. I got 2 spring breakers arrested for drugging and raping a woman.
What?
Later, who died.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, 2 black men from North Carolina went to Miami for spring break. Ended up in jail for allegedly drugging and raping a 24-year-old woman who was found dead in her hotel room.
Oh, my.
Yeah, don't know if the young lady don't know her race, but this was 2 black men that allegedly did this to this woman.
Oh, my.
The 2 black men, Collier, 21, and Taylor, 24, they also allegedly stole the unconscious woman credit card used while they was in South Beach vacation. After the incidents, they was caught on the video with the victim. Before the incident, as the raping and everything, they was caught on the video with the victim from Pennsylvania around 1:00 a.m. They was holding her up by the neck because allegedly she's supposed to have been drunk.
Okay.
She's supposed to have sex with the 2 men, rape.
Come on, guys. We gotta get it together.
Right. So, and she died.
Oh, man. I feel bad for her family, and, condolences to that family.
Right.
I know that's got to be very difficult to deal with. But why? This is my thing. Why? Just why? Like, you don't have to rape anybody.
Right.
There are too many people out there still with the free love. They say we're not back in the 60s and the 70s, but they're hollering free love, basically, now. They're just not saying it.
Right.
But they're doing it. So there's so much free love out there. I don't think anyone should be getting raped.
I don't understand, why rape her?
Yeah.
I don't understand, was this planned it out to rape her and steal her things? Or was this a together group thing and things just went to the left? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, was it just spontaneous? Is it just something that ended up, quote unquote, happening?
Right.
But things like that are not supposed to be happening.
Right.
That's the thing. And then they use her credit cards and they're seen on camera with her.
They left her in the room dead.
That's charges on top of charges.
Yep.
There's no way. We can't be doing things like this.
So, they obviously did it because they caught him on the video with the young lady. She was still alive. But one of the victims had about, I think it said Taylor, the 21-year-old, had about a neck. They were standing waiting on the elevator. They said they caught Cena and on the video, holding her by the neck, standing, keeping her because she was drunk.
Yeah.
So
I mean, somebody would have probably seen that as well.
Yeah.
Not to mention, I wonder, are those cameras manned by like security officers or anything?
Yeah, security saw it.
And they went ahead and reported and everything. Well, you know, that was good. At least they were doing their job.
Right.
But that's even...
But that was crazy. You supposed to be on vacation.
Yeah.
It turned into a murder.
Yeah, but you know what? It happens more often than people realize.
Yeah.
It's just only when it comes to the light that people actually realize you have to be very careful.
Right.
Especially on vacation.
Yes, things go left real quick.
Yes. Yes, definitely.
Have a good time and end up in jail.
Man.
And that's what's
But you know what?
going on in Florida.
If they're guilty of this, they're you know, they deserve to get whatever punishment, you know, they get from this.
This happened in Miami, so everybody was in Miami the weekend. This happened last Thursday.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody was in Miami, girl.
Everybody was kicking it that day. Oh my. Well, I'm kind of glad we weren't there.
Okay.
Yeah. But, yeah, I mean, stuff like that, it's just got to stop.
Yeah, it's just...
It's a shame. There's always going to be another news story.
Yes.
We just want to see less of that and more, like, positive things. Speaking of something, depending on how you look at this and how your perception or how everyone pretty much feels on this, I have another story here. Okay, so this is coming out of Shreveport, Louisiana. Well, council members, they went through field questions about marijuana decriminalization proposal. So, like I said, depending on each individual person listening,
right? It's for the
how
smokers,
you feel about that.
Non-smokers, you know.
Right. So this proposal, this is like something realistic here. And there are going to be a lot of people that maybe, you know, get excited about that, but you still have to be careful because this is not a moderation. Well, Shreveport had a virtual town hall, and this was on yesterday. So we're waiting to hear what they're gonna, you know, what came of this, because their final vote on this proposal is supposed to be on today. So they had their meeting. Councilwoman Tabitha Taylor and District Councilman John Nicholson, they answered questions and kind of broke down the details about, you know, their proposal and, you know, that it could be something helpful. So what they're saying is they would like to decriminalize small amounts of marijuana within city limits. Now, both council members did make a statement, and they stated that they have received a lot of support for the proposal so far. So, you know, that kind of sounds kind of hopeful.
Yeah.
So we got to see what comes of this. Now, they did send the legislation to see if there were going to be any objections. And Taylor stated that they received none. So that's it, a little more hope there. Now, if passed, it's going to be 18 or older. Now, if you're caught in possession of 14 grams or less of marijuana, you would be fined $50 or tasked with having to do community service.
Okay.
Now, that sounds a lot better than everybody just getting thrown together in a paddy wagon and thrown away for some years based off a small amount of something that grows naturally.
Because it's not that serious.
So, yeah, and apparently they feel the same way.
Right.
Which, that is pretty much the ball really getting started.
Right.
That ball has been, you know, rolled. And so now we've got to just wait and see. Now, Nicholson did make a statement, and he stated he didn't believe people should be threatened about being arrested or, you know, put in jail for having, you know, a little bit of marijuana.
Right.
Like, there's so much more going on.
Right.
Bigger things are happening. People are getting murdered and so much more.
Important stuff.
Yeah.
And so I think that's where they're kind of going with this.
Yeah.
But they hope that, you know, them getting the ball rolling is going to lead to something helpful, as well as changes at the, you know, federal and state level. So we can't just go, you know, balls to the wall. Right. We have to have some decency with it.
I feel like they should give it a thumbs up because my opinion on marijuana, it have not killed anybody.
True.
Right?
True.
I haven't heard anybody overdosing on marijuana.
I mean, if anybody has, please do. Let us know.
Right.
Comment. Give us your feedback.
Right. And, I mean,